Hi, it's Beck and Sam, and let me say I've been having some crafting fun this weekend, and I wanted to share my projects with you. So let me get started here quickly. On all of my projects, I used these cute jars. These are a digital download from the Iralamija shop, and I bought these digitals at Christmas time, and I really am enjoying them. So I had made a bunch of Christmas cards with some that look more holiday, but she included a couple that were these spring style. And so what I did was used my advanced settings and changed the sizes and shapes a little bit of the jars. So all my projects have these this week. And I wanted to participate in the hashtag gingerbread of February. It's hosted by Tina of the Crafty Bean. And so on Friday night, I made a gingerbread card, and I'm going to share that with you now. And the gingerbreads that I used were these paper nest doll, and I used the little girl and the boy. This is what they look like. Now, I've had these a little while and had not used them. I think I got them in May. And before I made the video, I tried to look up their company for you, but you have to go on Shopify now to get them. When I got them, they had their own website, but they don't any longer. So you can still get the products though. And I used this Sizzix die, and I'll show you how I used it. And these are the papers that I used in the first project. And also, I want this to be a Two Crafters, One Design, hosted by Melissa of Mo Creations, Gloria of Girlia's Cards, and Lisa of You See Why I'm a Diva. This week, the ladies wanted us to make a card and add a heart. So I have hearts in my projects too. And this will also be a Satmorn Makes hosted by Jillian Norwood. All right, let's see the first card, and let me tell you about it a little bit. I made a Z-fold card. I don't make a lot of cards like that. But when I was going through some of my things, I had been given a Z-fold card and thought, oh, I don't make enough of those. So for my first project, that's what I did. And it's really simple. You just take your card base and fold it back. And that's how you get your Z-fold. So I used the dies. I cut this out 3 times. I cut it out with the pattern paper, and then I glued it on. And here's what the die, it's a Sizzix die, and this is what it looks like. And so I glued the pattern paper on the first one, and then I cut it out again in white, and then I just tipped it so that it was staggered. And that's how I got that beautiful lacy look. So you can see my jar, and I inked everything with either the tea dye distress ink, and I also used walnut stain, and I used a punch to punch those little hearts. And then I had this in my stash, this puffy felt heart. I thought that was perfect in the middle. And then I just stamped a Made with Love down there. And for this, this is a great technique. You get a punch, and I used it on some other ones too, but you get a punch and you punch it out. I think I punched this one out of the pattern paper 4 times, and then I just kept squishing it in the paper, and I used a little brad to put it on there and put some ribbon behind it. So I kept working the paper so it would get a really weathered look. I really wanted that weathered look. So those cute little gingerbread, I did paper piece, they're bows, but it's very simple. It turned out really cute. So that's my first project. And then I got my, oh, I've got to show them to you. Here's this card. This is some ephemera. I just gotten this in the mail from a friend, Patty Beck, who sent this to me in some happy mail. Had this in my stash. And I want to show you, here, let me get this so I can prop it up for you. But I want to show you what I got in the mail this week. I used my Prim Hearts. I was so excited to get these. It is the first time that I have ordered from my Creative Time, and I definitely will be ordering again. I got the large Prim Heart dies, and I love them, and I use those in some of my projects. Here's one of them. And while I'm at it, I might as well tell you I got the Mr. Snowman and the Winter Angel Wing. So I'll be having fun with these too. So I was really excited to use those Prim Hearts. They came this afternoon, you guys. So what I did here is did a little one and cut out the middle so that I had a peekaboo spot there. But I thought that turned out really cute. I cut out a circle and then I inked around and added a button. And this comes from a Queen & Company set, the Homemade Holiday. And I used the potted geraniums from Stampin' Up! To get these. I used all three of these Smile Friend and Just For You small sayings. That's all that I used from the set. And on the inside, I just put some flags of the paper. And I thought that turned out really cute too. And then I decided to do a mini Slimline. And this was really fun. This is where the jars really get to be fun, you guys. So when you're doing the jar, you ink it around and then you start playing with ephemera and how to place things. And I have some of this thread, this metallic thread, and it's really fine, so you can go around your jar several times and wrap it around. And this was just a little gem that I had in with my buttons and have no idea where I got it. And I went to use this, see this label that I put on there? I went to put that on thinking it was a hard block. What do you call it? It's late, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm not finding all my words. But I went to put that chipboard, that's the word, chipboard on there. And then I realized they're tags. They're little tags. It was just in with my stash, and so I'll be using these. I've got several of them. And I just stamped the Smile Friend on there. And I have some lacy dies from Stampin' Up! That I used to do the hello. And put that, I just trimmed it and put it up there. And these little stickers that I have are from Creative Memories. I have been using, let me show them to you. When I used to scrapbook, I have all kinds of Creative Memories stickers. And I'm going to start including them on my cards, and that's where these hearts came in. It just gave it a little extra something, you know. So I was really pleased with how that turned out too. And I don't make a lot of Slimline, but this mini Slimline size is good to work with. And then I just kept going and having some fun making some tags. And so with this one, I had this in my stash and put some twine around. And then I used this punch here from Stampin' Up, this twig punch. And I find that that works out very nicely to make a bunch of sprigs. And then I put some darker ink on them. And so this is a good way to, with your ephemera, coming up with twigs like this. And let me talk to you about the flowers. Let me show you the next one first. look at how this one turned out. I have a little punch that I think you should always have a butterfly punch in your stash for these times where I just had some empty space on the jar and wasn't sure what to do, so I punched it and then popped that up a little bit with some foam squares. This is the smallest prim heart, and I put it on one of these bulb pins, and I had this word dream in my stash, and I glued this flower here. And I want to talk to you about how I did the flowers. So let me see here if I have everything I wanted to share with you, how I did the flowers. Okay, so I had this one sitting there, and you can start with cardstock. It's great to use double-sided. I just have a larger scallop punch for this one, and I cut them out. I switched the color back and forth to give it a different color, and then I just squished. Just squishing your leaves up like that. And the ones that are in the center, you squeeze more. Okay, and just pinch them. And then you just pinch the others and just don't pull it all the way out. And so you get a flower. Now these aren't bad to mail, because if you're going to mail it, you would just flatten out and then give directions to tell the recipient to pinch it back up like that. See how easy it is to get it back in shape? So that's how you can do those. For the little ones that whoops, I bumped it off. For the little ones here, I use book pages. Now, I don't want you to think that I am tearing up books. This was a kid's book that had gotten some water damage, and so I didn't feel guilty cutting it up, but I will use book pages in my projects. And with the thinner paper, I don't pinch it, I fold it. So you're going to fold it up like this. That's how you'll do it. You'll fold it up to get your center. And then you just start putting you get a bread and build it up. So it's more important that you fold them instead of just squish it together. The thicker the paper, the more important it is to do it that way. So that's just something I want you to know. And then what I did to get them pink like this is just dab it in my ink. I sometimes will do it before. I just literally put it right on the ink pad. You probably could put it on a ink block, but to me, I just put it on there. I'll do it before, and sometimes I'll do it after I've made it. So I like how these turned out. They might end up on a card, I'm not sure, or I'll leave them a tag for a gift. So that's my projects, and I hope that you are having a great crafty day. I would love for you to look at some of my other projects. Maybe hop on over and see my 2 Crafters 1 Design cards. All right, I've taken enough of your time. I hope you are having some fun. Okay, that's it. Bye for now.